So we're at almost 1:30. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jessica Rorson, and I'm working with the IBDS program and with Sage Hill Community Futures. And we are here today with Josie Lachance, and she's here to talk about Instagram. This is our part 2 of Instagram. Josie was here before. Before we get started, I just want to do a quick land acknowledgement. So as we gather here today, we acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory and homeland of the Métis. We pay our respects to the First Nation and Métis ancestors of this place, and we reaffirm our relationship with one another. I just got my Métis card this week in the mail, so that was really exciting for me. It's like, I've been waiting for 15 years. Like, honestly, I've had the paperwork done and not done and all these things, but to finally get this piece of identification in the mail this week, I have to be honest, was exhilarating for me. So anyways, Jenny, did you want to just say hi?
Hi, I'm Jenny Glessman, and I'm with the Sage Hill Community Futures. Just excited to have everybody joining us today. And like I was saying earlier, I'm ready to learn. I'm hoping to pick up some tricks. So we might as well, I don't know, Josie, do you want us to go around the room with the few that we have on? Does that help you?
Yeah, I think I would like to just kind of get to know what people would like out of this. Hi, I'm Josie, and I'm here today to teach you a little bit about Instagram. And yeah, we can just, I'll start with maybe Marianne, put her on the spot because I know her, and see what she's looking to get out of today and just what she plans to use Instagram for. Hi, Marianne.
Hi, is my camera working?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, good. Yeah, well, actually, my interest is not so much connected with my business as it is with Lions. We are doing a lot of promotion of Lions activities and so on Facebook. And I know that I've actually been put onto a committee with Lions of Canada to do TikTok videos and stuff too. So we're trying to figure out how to integrate all of these marketing tools for the Lions. And so when it comes to Instagram and, TikTok and those kinds of things, I really need to learn a little bit more about the applications of it and how you go about it. So I already have an Instagram account of my own, but I very rarely use it because I kind of feel like, how many platforms do you need? But if we're truly, as an organization, trying to reach out to the people who are too young for Facebook, we need to make some effort and integrate all of these different platforms into our promotion and marketing efforts. So that's what I'm here for.
For sure. Okay, thanks so much for sharing. I hope we can cover a little bit of that today. I think there was Mandy next on my list.
Hi, I'm Mandy Keener. I'm looking to, again, figure out Instagram to be able to promote my business. I've tried a couple of times and had to delete it, so it didn't look that good. So it's really, I have a 17-year-old daughter also that doesn't want to do anything. So yeah.
You and Jenny are in the same boat there, it sounds
Yeah.
like. What's going on? Your daughters or your kids are just writing you off.
Yeah, totally.
And what's your business, Mandy?
I do holistics and beauty. So it's really trying to get as much promotion out there as I can. Yeah.
And do you use Facebook or anything like that for your business right now? And do you feel pretty comfortable with Facebook? Medium. Okay. Okay. No, that's fair. Next on my list was Cindy. I think you're mute. I'm not sure if you're talking, but
Not sure. Maybe.
I'll skip down to Kate and I can come back to Cindy. Okay. Hi, Kate. I think you were in the last Instagram one that we did. It's good to see you here.
Oh, there I am. Hi, Kate Morris. micro business owner of Scout Financial Solutions. I was in the last one and everything went like, what can I say? I come from a long line of people who carved into stone. So I'm probably still comfortable in that medium. I did not open an Instagram account. I tried really hard to follow along. Right now, I really have a really pitiful Facebook business page. I have a Twitter account for my business that I probably have not posted to in about a year. And I probably just want to at least have a comprehension of the language spoken. So no promises made here that I'll get going on Instagram, because I can barely manage my Facebook and it's not that active. So.
Well, I think you can, from this webinar, you'll be able to take some of this and apply it to Facebook as well, because we will be talking about just like content creation in general. And I know we did a little bit of that last time, but hopefully you'll find some of this helpful and maybe encouraging to start an Instagram down the line, or maybe be more active on Facebook. But just feel free to ask me any questions.
Thank you. Technology, I'm really challenged. So use small words, speak slowly, and I'll try to follow along.
Okay, sounds
thank
good.
you.
We can do that. Cindy, were you there? You're next on my list.
Not sure. She might not have a mic. I'm not sure. I'll watch the chat and see. If you want, Cindy, you can just put the information into the chat, and she might be busy too and just listening.
Great. Okay, well, we'll get started. Sorry, you can probably hear my dog barking at this very moment. So I'm excited to get going on part 2. We were going to touch a little bit more on some of the more maybe intricate features of Instagram. So I think we'll still do that, but maybe we'll do a little bit more of the basics too. Just sorry, 1 second.
That's okay. The last one we did, someone had their cat go across the screen. So we're used to that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my dog is just okay. We're all good. So yeah, I'm gonna get started today. I think I'm just trying to think, maybe I will kind of just switch it up a little bit here. And you did make it so I could share both screens, right, Jenny?
Yeah, I sure did. You should be able to share either one.
Okay, so I'm gonna hop over onto my the Instagram screen here, just so you guys can all see it. And I manage a few different Instagram accounts. So we're going to use one of those today. One of the ones that I do is for the Station Art Center here in Ralston. And I'm just wondering if everybody can see the screen.
Yes.
So this one is your personal one that we're seeing, just so you know.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so here we go. I'm just trying to get this other Zoom opened up in my...
So yeah, we're good now. Josie, it's Station Arts.
Okay, sorry, I'm just popped. My screen is messed up here on my computer. Okay, so what you can see here is the Station Art Center. This is one of the ones that I manage. And where I'm going to start today, I guess, is because some of you are kind of really new to Instagram. The best thing to do when you first start your Instagram is to put all of the information that you have on your account. So here you'll see a really in-depth bio. I think you only get about 140 characters. So you kind of have to be creative. That's where I've used like an emoji for train instead of typing the word train, because it's less characters. But anyways, when people are going to your profile, they're looking for all of the information about your business and what it is. you know, they can kind of gather that from your posts, but it's good to have a really in-depth bio. You'll see here I've included our hours, what it is we do, and then kind of our location. 30 minutes north of YXC, which is Saskatoon. And the reason I did like hashtag YXC, we can kind of get into that a little bit later. And then there's a place to put your website. And because we often talk about many different things, like we're referring people to our YouTube channel, we're referring them to our website. We started up a link tree, and this is something you might want to write down if you share links or post to different links, not just always your website. This way you can click the link tree and you can see a whole bunch of different places you can go. So you can go and watch you know, something on our YouTube channel. Maybe it's a specific page on our website that we're referring to. And that's through Linktree. So that's definitely helpful if you have a lot of different things going on. But if you just, you know, have a website that you will want to refer people to, then you can just include your website URL, and that would be fine. It's a very good place to start. Linktree gets kind of pretty in depth, but
that's
yeah,
very interesting. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I've seen it, but didn't know what it was, this link tree, and I kind of thought it was spam every time I was redirected because it all looked the same in that same kind of format, and I didn't know what it was. So I'm glad that you just clarified that, because I didn't know. And anyway, so thank you.
You're welcome. So where am I here? My screen is still being shared, correct? All right. So yes, it is helpful if you're sharing a lot of different things. Anyways, so moving on, you'll see here, there's just, you know, edit profile, insights, ad tools. They're talking about advertisements. So any of your posts, you can click and you can boost them for an advertisement to reach a certain demographic that you choose, which is a very helpful tool when you're starting up your Instagram. Maybe you've got a few posts and you've got your page established. Then you could select one of those posts and create an ad. It's a fairly reasonable amount of money, I think, for advertising, especially because you can directly choose your demographic and then you can see it. You know, you get the stats on it, you get the reports on it, versus when you put an advertisement in a newsletter, or I mean a newspaper. You still know that people are seeing it, but you don't necessarily know exactly who or how many people are seeing it. And that also brings you into the insights as well, where you can see who's following you, what age they are, you know, if they're female or male. You have the ad contact or the contact information, and then your shop. So that's kind of just the gist of your profile. And then you have these, you see here, it says upcoming events, art gallery, craft, coffee and beer bar, tea room. These are places where you can save information for people to go to quickly. But again, that's nothing that we really need to get into today. That's kind of like when you're more active and you're posting more, then you'll have things to put there. But today I'm just going to start with sort of a simple post. So if you go here, you'll see down here, this is our profile. This is where our timeline, sorry, this is where all the pictures are, and you can see all of our posts. I try to make them look somewhat aesthetically pleasing, but that's definitely not necessary at all. Sort of once you start going and you kind of develop your style, it'll just naturally fit in with your brand, you know, if you're kind of doing everything, I guess, on brand. Here you'll see this one with the crib board and the cards and the coffee cups. I always try to make the post a little bit more engaging, or like they have some sort of movement, or there's like a story to tell, or like makes you think, oh, hey, that looks fun. I didn't think I could bring a crib board in and hang out. So I think the whole point of Instagram really is to be engaging. you know, you can post a photo onto your timeline, but if you aren't really engaging with people, you're not really going to grow your follower base, and your Instagram will kind of just stay at a standstill. If you see here, we have over 1,000 followers on this page, and that it does take a while to get there, but the more that you reach out to people and interact with people, the better. You'll see here, if I kind of click on this one down here on the right, it says opening weekend with the coffee cup. You'll see there's 9 comments. And sorry, I should say what I'm doing. I'm clicking view all of the comments. You can see here's our schedule. And you can see that we like are interacting with people and their comments. So someone says, can't wait. And we say, you know, we can't wait to see you, et cetera, et cetera. So we really try to engage with people's comments, and that goes for Facebook too. I think it's nice when people say, oh, wow, this looks great. You know, it's nice to, even if you comment back an emoji or something, just lets them know that you're there and you are kind of monitoring your page and it's an active page. And it makes it more exciting for people to engage with you, knowing that you're going to engage back. We have, so that's basically sort of the timeline and how that works. There's also the next one over here at the top, this little one with the play button. That is where all the reels are. So you can see here the reels that we've made. This is kind of the same thing as TikTok, basically. The reels and TikTok, they're basically the same thing. Reels is probably a easier place to start than TikTok, because it's more friendly, I think. But you can see here, there's a little play button and then a number beside it. That's how many people have watched the reels. So this one here with the coffee, getting grinded up into the little thing, you can see we had almost 5,000 people watch that. There's probably many reasons for that. Mostly it's the audio that we chose to use for this video, but also probably the time of day that this was posted. And so this was posted later on in the day, kind of in the evening, which is a very good time to post on Facebook and Instagram. Typically, this other one here with just the bag of coffee, we posted that, you know, early morning, and it only was seen by 620 people. So that's quite a big difference if you think about it. So that's always something to take into consideration when you are doing your posts. It's kind of easy to maybe do like after supper, sit down and post, or schedule your post to get posted around, you know, 7 p.m. on any given night. Usually is a good time. Anyways, so I don't want to repeat too much of my last webinar, but I do want to give people a good idea of Instagram. Do you guys want to see me make a post on Instagram that shows up on the timeline? Would you rather see how to post sort of into the stories, or would you rather, I want to get to reels for sure. But is there anything someone wants me to specifically do on Instagram?
Hi, Kate here. Not specifically a task. I don't even know how to sign up. I know you covered a lot of things in the introductory one, and like I said, but I'm more concerned, I think, with, is this simply it's a phone app more so than it would be something that you manage on your laptop? Is it something that you can manage from a laptop?
Yes, so you can do some things from your desktop, but you can't do everything. You can engage with people on Instagram through your desktop, but you can't create content as far as I'm aware from your desktop. It's not a desktop friendly app, I guess you could say. You can do some things, but not everything. So it just makes it easier to do it from your phone. Does that answer your question? Okay. Yeah, so that's definitely one of the things. Like Facebook, you can do right from your desktop. It's really easy to do it from there, and Instagram is from your phone. However, sometimes it does make it a little bit easier that you can do it from your phone, because you can kind of do it from wherever and you don't have to have your laptop open. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into doing a post on the Station Arts Instagram. Super, yeah, we'll just keep it light and then we'll jump into a reel. I know that was something sort of Marianne was looking to maybe get into a little bit. Before I jump into the post, I should just say, you know, if you are going to invest time in this platform, I think it is a good thing to kind of ask yourself, you know, can my customer base be found on this platform? Because if you're putting all this time and energy into learning and putting content onto a platform that maybe your customers aren't even using, then it might not be very beneficial to you. You might be better off to put your energy more into Facebook or your website if that's where you think people are going. I would definitely say Instagram would gear towards a younger demographic, but not completely. So it just depends, you know, what is it that you're looking to get out of Instagram? It's important to focus on quality over quantity. Sometimes you'll see businesses on Instagram and they're pumping out content every day. They've got a new post, they've got reels, they've got stories, and they have someone hired to do that job. So, you know, when you're running your own business, you can kind of only do what you can manage. And, you know, a post a week is like a very great place to start with Facebook and Instagram. And then once you get comfortable, you know, maybe you start to schedule, you do one post on a Tuesday, and while you're doing it, you schedule a post for Thursday, and then, hey, you got 2 posts done for this week. And then you maybe do that again the next week. Instagram is also a great place for you to meet people in your industry. So for us, for the station, for example, here, if I go onto our home feed where we can see everything that our friends are posting, you'll see a can of beer here because we are now serving craft beer. And we also used to do a craft beer event. So this was a great place for us to find craft brewers, approach them, and develop a relationship with them. That's a great thing that Instagram can do for your business. You can find, you know, people that you want to work with, develop relationships with. Here we have like another group, the Local Kitchen. We've been working with them to try to develop some food items for our space. And we did that through Instagram again. So it's just a good way to meet people. Here we've got other arts councils that we're also, you know, seeing what they're up to. It's a good way to stay connected. Then, you know, when you meet them at like what we call showcase for the Station Arts Center, basically like a conference, you're like, oh, hey, we already know each other through Instagram, and it kind of breaks the ice a little bit. But it's a really good way to meet people in your industry and search for people who might need your service, and communicate with potential like future customers. It's a great way to do that. So here for Assiniboia Arts Council, I'm actually just going to do this right now. I'm just going to comment and say, this looks so cool. And there you go, you have it. And they'll probably message back, you know, something, or it might start a conversation. And I find that's how we do develop a lot of our relationships, even with musicians and actors. You know, they'll see that we're doing something and they'll message and say, hey, this looks really cool, we'd love to perform in your space, how can we do that? And a lot of that's done through Instagram. So anyways, whoops. Does anybody have any questions so far? I'm just going to jump into posting some content so you guys can kind of see what that looks like. Marianne or Mandy, I'm not sure if you have any questions. Good to go, I think.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm good.
Okay. So I know, Marianne, you were saying you wanted to kind of figure out sort of like the platforms and kind of what's the word, use them all together, and you're wanting to reach like a younger demographic, right, for the Lions?
Yeah, that's right. We have a contest that's starting in April for TikTok videos. And I'm going to be one of the judges of those. And of course, at the end of the contest, we want to post them across several platforms. And I know from my own IG account that I can, post something on Instagram and at the same time post it on Facebook. So I'm not sure if I'm the one who's going to be involved in any actual posts or whether other people in the country will be actually managing the accounts, but I want to understand it a little better.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
and just looking at this profile stuff that you have here, I hadn't looked at a business profile for Instagram before, and I'm finding this quite fascinating, but I'm always open to learn. So yeah.
For sure. I think for a business, it can be very helpful. Definitely. I mean, it's done wonders for the Station Art Center, but that's kind of like the nature of our business and the demographic that we're gearing towards. And it's also event-based, so that's also a little bit different too. But I'm going to go over to my business account here, and you'll see here, I don't know what the sound is going to be like, so I'm just going to try to, I guess Jessica can maybe let me know if it's super loud. When we tried it earlier, it seemed like it was really loud, so you might have to be ready on the volume to turn it down. But this is a reel that I made out of some footage that my husband took when he was repairing the Bobcat. And it was one that got 6,500 views. And it really didn't take that much work, other than my husband had to set up the video, obviously, like his camera, and then I had to put it all together with music. And I'll just show you, but basically it was just 4 or 5 different clips. I uploaded them onto Instagram, found some music, and then I posted it. There wasn't really much to it. It takes a little bit of time, but for 7,000 people to see it, or 6,500 people to see it, is pretty cool. So I'll just show you here. So this is what basically like a reel is. Can you hear it?
No.
Okay. So just a second, then we will go here, back to here. Okay. There we go. I think it'll work now. Can you hear the sound now?
No.
I wonder why that's doing that. We did test it out.
Oh, there you go. Maybe you were muted there. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. You know what? Give me 1 second. Okay. Can you see this, my phone screen now?
No. I wonder if it's because it's plugged into your headphones.
That's my computer it's plugged into.
Yeah, because now we're not seeing any screens. There we go. Now
There
we're
we go.
back.
Okay, let's just try it here. Well, Okay, well, anyways,
Yeah.
But-
don't want to spend too much time trying to figure that out. I'm not sure why it's not working. Anyways, I put a whole bunch of different clips together here and basically made a video of him doing some repairs, and it was really cool to do, and it's fun for people to see that side of your business. I always think it's me as someone who is like your consumer or a consumer. I'm on Instagram, I'm following you. I want to see what you're doing. You know, I want to know the people behind the screen. I think it's a big thing. So where are we here? I was going to just show you how to kind of make a reel. Muted. Okay. Sorry, guys. There we go. You can see my screen.
No, but also, Josie, I was just wondering, with the phone one there, it's muted. Your profile. I wonder if that would have impacted the video.
Okay, I think I may have figured it out.
Okay. Anyways, you're still just on.
We
you're
just
not
see
sharing your
the
screen.
individual screens. Yeah, we don't see your screen.
Okay. All right.
There we are. Now we're back.
Let's try again. Okay, well, that's all right. So down here at the bottom, you'll see there's the little play button. It's kind of like one of those movie things.
We can't
what
see
do
your screen. We're back to all the individual boxes.
What is happening?
I'm being a pain. I'm sorry.
No, I don't know why it's going off.
There we go. We're back.
Okay, there we go. So you'll see at the bottom here, there's the little play button with the sort of like the movie. What are those called? Take one. Anyways, so that's how you make the reel. You go to that bottom the play button there, and in the top right corner, there's a little camera. Why is it kicking me out? Sorry. Okay. Maybe it doesn't like that I'm gonna make one. Did we try that? Oh, let's see. I'm gonna do this.
Yep.
You can still see?
I can see you
can
on
see
your
you.
phone.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
flipped
because
and now
I'm gonna I'm gonna make a reel here. So now I'm just gonna go up here and I'm gonna, sorry, second. On the left-hand side, you see where it says audio. I'm gonna select that. I'm gonna search for some audio. I'm sorry that you can't hear it, but basically you would just select some audio in here. I have some saved ones that I found from previous reels. So, you know, when you're scrolling and you come across something that you're like, hey, I could easily do that. I could turn that audio into a reel. Then you can easily save the audio, and I can show you how to do that. But let's see if you can hear this. No. Okay, so I'm going to select this audio that I have, and then I'm going to go into my photos and add a recent video that my husband sent me. And I think it doesn't like that I'm using my camera and trying to do this at one time, which is very unfortunate. Sorry, I don't, that's not very fun, but just a second here, we'll try again. Anyways, so you can add multiple images in here and videos, which is kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just taking this and selecting a few pieces. And then you'll see in here, I have a whole bunch of different clips. I'm just going to shorten them up. So it's, you know, only a couple seconds long. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, it's not working properly on this end. But basically you get the music, you put the videos in to sync up with the music, you hit done, and then that's how you have your reel and you can post it. And I really wanted to be able to show you how to do that from start to finish. So I'm sorry that I can't do that. I think it's just mostly that my phone doesn't like that I'm using my camera and everything for Zoom, and then also trying to use it all for Instagram. So I'm sorry. But what I can do is go over here, back over to the Station Art Center, and I'm going to do a post for you. And so to post something on our timeline, you have the plus sign in the top right-hand corner. You select that, you hit post. This is where you can also post a reel, you can post a story. So everything can kind of be found in that plus sign on your home profile page. And so I'm just going to do a post. Don't mind the pictures of my child, because that's all I have on here now. There we go. Yeah, I think it doesn't like that I'm accessing my camera. Okay, anyways, so here's the post I'm going to do for the station. This is our new space that we have, just fully redesigned and renovated, and we have a little live and local stage in there. So I've just selected a photo. It's really nothing crazy. I'm not going to put any filters on it. I think it looks great the way that it does. I'm just going to hit next. And hit next again, and I'm just going to write a caption, you know, introducing our new live and local, stage at the, or sorry, here in the station gallery. We can't wait for you to attend a live event in our new space. To keep this engaging, a lot of the times what I'll do is I'll ask a question, you know, maybe I'll say, tag your favorite local band that you'd love to hear on this stage. And maybe I'll add a music emoji and some stars. This is kind of like a double whammy in the sense of like, I'm posting this, people are getting to see the new space, but I'm also telling people to tag their favorite local band. This way, hopefully, some people will tag someone that we would be interested in having on this stage, and it saves me from having to go and search for some new local bands. So that's kind of the hope. You'll see here, add location. I always think this is important when you're doing Instagram. I think it's important to geotag your posts. So I'm going to tag Ralston because as someone who uses Instagram frequently, oftentimes if I'm going to a new community, say I'm going to go down to Moose Jaw, I'll look up Moose Jaw location on Instagram and I'll see what's happening in Moose Jaw and say, hey, look, there's a concert tonight, or, oh, look at this cool coffee shop, I'm going to go check that out. I don't know if that's just how our generation works. We just use Instagram to decide where we're going to go for supper. You know, it just kind of is what it is. And so I think tagging those things, your posts are important for people to know, you know, kind of where you're out of, especially if you have like a actual storefront. So yeah, I'm just going to share it, and it's going to be right on our Instagram. And there you'll see it. So hopefully some people will tag some local bands and we can add them to our live and local lineup. If you go to our home profile there on the bottom right, you'll see the white circle. That's our page, and you'll see now that that's been added into my timeline. So that's kind of going through the posts. Yeah, I do have the spreadsheet, Jessica, from the first, or the the PowerPoint presentation from the first webinar. I would be happy to email that over to you if you wanted to email it out to these guys.
Yeah.
Because that kind of goes over the basics of Instagram that we went over before.
That sounds great. Maybe
Yeah.
you could just show us one of the reels from the station that you've done.
Yeah, for sure. So let's see here. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna just try something else.
Like, it's so weird because we did a demo this morning and it worked.
I know.
So how long usually is a reel? Is it like just seconds? Is it 20 seconds? Is it 5 seconds?
So you can kind of make them however long you want. A good time limit is around the 7 to 10 seconds. They say that's
Okay.
like the most popular, most watched ones. I'm going to unmute. I'm going to try something different.
We're not seeing your, oh, there it comes.
Okay, I just tried. Are you getting any feedback? Okay. No, it still didn't work, but that's okay. So basically I just took, yeah,
Okay,
you
now
can
we're getting
hear
it.
that. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So basically, sorry. I had to adjust the sound because I thought that would work. So I just took some clips and pinned them together with some music. So here for this station, you'll see I took one video of the grinds going into the little handle thing. Then there's one of me, you know, packing the coffee beans into there. And then you'll see it getting clicked in and coffee pouring out. And all I did was take, you know, like a couple seconds of video footage from whatever it was that I was doing. And then I just strung it all together and put some music to it. So it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You know, you can take a video of if you're comfortable with like yourself, you know, something like this, where you are just, here we go, where was it? Here, like where it's just you talking. It's just like a video of you and it's 5 seconds long to some footage. And that would be enough for you to pop up on someone's page and them to say, oh, this looks kind of interesting. I'm going to follow this person. So you don't need anything crazy, even for here. This one that had almost 2,000 views was just a video of us, of one of our contractors cutting some wood. And it was the song, I think, that we used Earth, Wind, Fire by September. And it was September. And I think it was a hot audio for that time. And so, yeah, like it doesn't have to be anything too much. I'm very disappointed that the sound won't work for you, because that obviously is a big part of Reels, is putting the sound and the footage together, but it doesn't have to even be video footage. If you had some photos and you just strung them together and you put some music to it, that's really all you need. Yeah.
Can you show us how to upload music to Instagram?
Yeah. So like for the reels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to pop my screen back up because
That was my question. You beat me.
Yeah. So when we go into, oh, it's not working, is it? So when you go into down here, you know where that play button is? When you click on that, this is just going to be like your reels sort of where they all show up. So whether it's people you follow or maybe things that Instagram thinks that you'll like, that's kind of where those reels will pop up. So you can see, obviously, we're getting like coffee reels. I don't like these people or follow them. I mean, but it's showing up because Instagram thinks I might like them. But basically here, you'll see as you're scrolling through these different videos, at the bottom, there's a little music note. Do you see that? And it says the wooden hook original audio. So there, that is the audio that this person is using for this video. And it's as simple as clicking the audio and you'll see here now, these are all the reels that have been made with that audio. And to save this audio, all I do is just hit save audio. So now I can just go and use that audio and make a reel from it. So now if I go into the little, all right. Now, if I go into the little camera here, I can go to audio and I can hit saved audio and that one shows up, the wooden hook original audio. And then I just click that and then it gets added into here. And I just hit done. And then I go and add some, it doesn't like that I'm using my camera and also this. Then I just go and I add some photos to it. That clip there specifically that we chose, that audio clip, that is 6 seconds. So you only need 6 seconds of footage, whether that's video footage or that's, pictures. So it doesn't take much. It's just kind of figuring out what it is that you want to put out in the reel and what it is that your business is doing or your brand. What is the point of your Instagram? Is your Instagram just to kind of socialize with people, let people know that you're there? Is it to gain customers? I mean, obviously that's probably like the end goal for everybody, but I think to kind of start to gain those people, you need to develop this platform and put some time into like putting some posts out and then putting some reels out and then just got to keep kind of doing it a little bit. I'm sorry, I apologize that the Zoom isn't working very well with the platform. This is technology. I feel like I always am having issues with the technology.
It's fine, honestly. Yeah.
I was told once when I started this, if you don't have a technical glitch during a Zoom meeting, it's not a good Zoom meeting.
So I feel bad that I couldn't show you, like, get the full impact or the full
I do have a question around that music. So basically, if I'm on Instagram and I'm listening or watching a reel and I like that music, I can save that one. I can save any one of them.
Yes, you should be able to. There might be some restrictions. If you don't have enough followers, you might not be able to access that.
Okay.
So sometimes that's a little bit hard, but as you start making the reels and using the audio that's available to you, more and more audio will become available to you.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you just got to start to do it. And then, but the best way to find audio, I mean, you can you can search for it through sort of many different ways. But the best way is to just scroll through the reel highlight there, just like you do your timeline highlight, and find some audio. I wanted my husband, so the business that I have with my husband is a landscaping business, and he had just gotten home right before this webinar, and I was like, oh, I want you to quickly record this so I can make this into a reel. And it was super easy, and it's too bad I can't show you how to do it, but basically the audio was a song that said, I was waiting for you to tell me you were ready. I know what to do if only you would let me. And the caption was going to be like, you know, when your friend finally decides that they want you to do their concrete driveway. And then it's just a video of us saying, you know, we were waiting for you to be ready. And it's something that's just as easy as doing that, finding the audio and then saying, hey, I can do this. And that's not hard for me to put my voice to that, or some images that maybe you already have stored up. Yeah, any questions about Instagram in general, whether it's anything we covered or anything you want to know? I think like anything, you know, the more that you use the platform, the more comfortable you're going to get with it. And so even if you have a personal Instagram and you're thinking of maybe using it for your business, just, you know, spend a little extra time, you know, kind of getting used to the platform and getting comfortable with it so that you can feel confident in starting one up for your business and putting some content out there. There's obviously, you know, different apps that you can use to help you create content, but definitely not necessary to get you going. You just need some photos. And yeah, I know for the Station Art Center, we often, where are we here? I'm just gonna go back here. For the station, I often will go, you'll see here when this photo that I did, I said that I tagged it in Rostern, Saskatchewan. So if I click that Rostern, Saskatchewan, I can go here and see all the other posts of people in Rostern. So, you know, I can see, oh, this person posted here in Rostern, looks like they're working here. Maybe I'm going to follow them. You know, then they'll see that I followed them. They'll see my profile. They'll go check out my profile and hopefully say, oh, hey, this looks like a great place. We could take a break today or tomorrow, you know, or I'm going to go buy the crew some coffees and I'm going to get them from here or something. And that's kind of just what I do often, just kind of use to search for people that you can follow that will hopefully follow you back. And those are potential customers that you might gain in the future. Yeah.
I think that's great, Josie. And what I'll do is I will email out the link to your first session that you're walking through, as well as your presentation.
Sure.
And then, you know, combo with this one, I think that you've done a really great job of kind of highlighting both parts, and music is what it is. It's just a glitch today. It worked earlier when it was me and you, and I know that. So anyway,
but it is also all about creating community. And I've never seen that where you can see the other, like for instance, Bruno, and I would see all the posts. That's interesting to see who you can, because it's all about curating those relationships and that community, which in business is so important.
I agree. And I think, you know, being able for us, like this, for the station, for example, or my personal business, to follow other local businesses in my community and see what they're up to and comment on things. That's like a way for me to stay in touch with other people in my community, especially when we're not having a lot of regular in-person events where you know, or maybe I'm not going out as much as I used to, and I can't, you know, see them regularly. So this is a good way to sort of like see what else is kind of going on in your community, and get to know businesses. Maybe, you know, you start following someone, and eventually maybe you might, you know, meet up with them for coffee or something, and have a little sort of business meeting, and it'll inspire you to keep creating content and doing what you're doing. And you know, yeah, it is a very useful tool, and it really doesn't take much to get it going. It's just having the confidence to start up your profile and put some content out there, and you don't have to feel obligated to post every single day. And you can post the same thing on Instagram as you do on Facebook. That's really not going to matter. Eventually you might want to kind of change it up a little bit, but for the most part, I mean, you might have people follow you on Instagram that don't follow you on Facebook or don't have Facebook. You know, a lot of people my age don't have Facebook anymore. I feel like everybody kind of just has Instagram for sure, and, you know, not as active on Facebook. And so it's just depends kind of what you're up for, and if you have some time to spend getting to know the platform. Yeah, no, you can do it, Jenny. I'm gonna touch base with you in a couple weeks, and I'm gonna see how your Instagram journey is going.
So I guess one question I do have before we end. So I have my personal one, but if I want one for the business, is it completely separate, or is it like Facebook, how your business page is tied to your personal page?
So your Instagram is not tied to your personal page. So it's a whole different setup. So you start it. The reason I could flip back and forth the way that I did was because I have them all logged in on my Instagram app. And so they're not, I know, I don't necessarily like how Facebook had switched that over. It used to be, you know, you start up a profile for your business and it wasn't connected to your personal account.
But now it has to be, because Sage Hill was one of those pages that we had our own logins, everything, but now it has to be connected to my personal page. And then now I've got Bruno Lumber, I've got Sage Hill, I've got IBDS, I've got all these, and they're all attached to my, that's Facebook, but Instagram is each one their own individual.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. And I think too, at least with Facebook, you know, people can't see that you're tied to that. It's just a way that
I just have to remember who I am at what time.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so easy to get that mixed up. And I even do it too. I have to be careful because I do have quite a few Facebook pages that I manage. And so I will go and comment on something, and I was like, oh, that's not from the station arts. That's from, you know, the Chamber of Commerce. And that doesn't even make sense what they said, because it's not the station. And now I have to go and fix this. And, but
Instagram is completely separate. You'd have to, okay. That was my next question.
And I think too, like, it's important to like give ourselves some grace. I mean, I use these platforms every day. I do multiple different organizations. I help them out, and I'm still making mistakes and not getting it right, because these platforms change all the time too. And so I think, you know, just I will always say this: the more time that you can spend getting to know it, the more comfortable you'll feel, and you'll be a social media pro in no time.
And that brings me to, on April 12th, we have a new presenter we haven't had before, and her name is Sabrina Tabler, and she does, her session on April 12th is actually about social media sustainability and kind of a burnout piece of like all these high expectations, and realistically, like you were saying, Josie, like once a week is okay. You know, and people put so much pressure on themselves to have, you know, these, you know, professional photos or whatever, and her chat is going to just be about making it more sustainable for you and for your business. So that is on April 12th, and that wraps up today, and we're going to have a few weeks of a break until April 12th when Sabrina's here. And in the meantime, thanks, Josie, so much.
Yes, thank you.
for this.
Thank you so much for having me for all of these social media webinars. It's been great. And I'm sorry that today wasn't as, smooth and graceful as I planned, but I hope that with this, and if you watch the last webinar that we did, and I'll send out those notes from that last webinar, that maybe it'll inspire you to kind of take a little bit more time to get to know Instagram and see if it's something that's going to work for your business. So I appreciate for everybody joining in today. And yeah, thanks again so
Super.
much.
Super.